Hi. Okay, so it definitely recorded, so we are good.
Okay, how did it work?
It definitely worked, and the video is good.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
I'm still changing some settings from my computer, and now I'm just gonna switch rooms, actually. This doesn't seem to be the best audio space.
Oh, there you are. Hi. Okay, so I see you, but now I don't hear you.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
This way. There we go.
Okay. I'm just going to do a little intro real quick, and then we'll just go from there. Does that sound good?
Yeah, it sounds good.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Glow Getter Clique. I'm Roselle, and today I'm interviewing Coral Movasseli, the managing director of
Movasseli.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Okay, let me redo that.
Sorry.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the. Let me do that one more time. Okay.
Yeah, let's do one more time.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Glow Getter Clique. I'm Roselle, and today I'm. How do I say it one more time?
Movasseli.
Movasseli.
It's okay.
Movasseli. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Glow Getter Clique. I'm Roselle, and today I'm interviewing Coral Movasseli, the managing director of Girls in Tech Dublin, who also founded a mobile translate app used in Toronto. Hi, Coral. How are you doing today? Welcome.
Hi. Sorry, the light's like in the middle of my head. Let me try to fix this.
You're good. We can do it again.
This is not a good day. This is a bad day. Okay, hold on. Let me turn it off and on again. Hold on. Let me see if there's another room I could use. Just give me 1 second.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Okay, I think we found it.
Okay, good. Okay, let's do this
All right.
one more
The
time.
light and the audio here is okay. I feel like my camera's not as so pixelated.
Might just be the lighting sometimes, I think.
And it's such a gloomy day outside, so I can't even use natural light. Let me here. Maybe this way. No, I think it's just my camera. Like it's all right. Is this okay? Is it okay?
I think
Oh
it's
no,
okay.
that glare has come back. No, I
think you just have to like.
Okay, yeah. There we go. This is okay. I won't move.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Okay. Give me a second. Okay.
Freaking sorry. Okay, all right.
Here. 1, 2, 3. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Glow Getter Clique. I'm Roselle, and today I am interviewing Coral Movasseli, the managing director of Girls in Tech in Dublin, who also founded a mobile transit app used in Toronto. Hi, Coral. How are you? Welcome.
Hi. Good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. I'm so excited to have you here with us today. Are you joining us from Dublin today?
I am, and it's pure Dublin weather right now because it's raining and pouring, and it's been like that for days.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. But I was wondering if you could start off by just kind of telling us a little bit more about really what Girls in Tech does, and what really motivated you to be a part of this, and why you think it's important.
Yeah, so Girls in Tech, I'll start off with what is Girls in Tech. Girls in Tech as an organization, it's global. Dublin isn't the only one. It's actually part of over 50 chapters around the world. We are headquartered in San Francisco, and we have been for the past 13 years, led and founded by Adriana Gascon, our founder and CEO. And we are a women in tech and female entrepreneurship not-for-profit. What we do is threefold. We help to engage, empower, and educate women in tech and female entrepreneurs and those interested in those subjects as well through the use of our programs. So we design our own proprietary programs and we deliver it to our audience. Our audience are obviously women in those areas. And a program, for example, is like our mentorship program that we hold in Dublin annually. And here in Dublin, it's a program that I designed. It's called Stepping Up. It's the Girls in Tech Dublin Stepping Up mentorship program, where we've helped thousands of women get access to mentors and understand what mentorship is, so they walk out with the tools and knowledge they need so that they can succeed in their career trajectory and also paid forward and be mentors themselves. So that's what Girls in Tech is. And as part of Girls in Tech Dublin, I created Girls in Tech Dublin about 3 years ago. And since then, we've grown to be one of the largest women in tech organizations here in Ireland, which is fabulous and fantastic. For me, getting involved with Girls in Tech was very personal. I wanted to do something where I can, put my thumbprint on something, where I can promote the values that I intrinsically believed in, and all that is around equality and human rights. It's been something that I've been advocating for throughout my whole life, whether it was as an early child, and sticking up for people who were bullied in the classroom, to studying politics, and such like that, to, trying to be part of an organization that is trying to move the dial in something that I know about and something that I understand. And being a woman in technology and being a female entrepreneur, I understood both of those aspects.
Yeah.
And it fit like a glove for me. I said, I can speak to this. And if I understand it, and if I understand the challenges, then I can come up with solutions and that can help other people as well. And that's what it was about for me.
Definitely. And when you say, these are challenges that you experienced, are there, specific really obstacles that you've noticed maybe personally or with other women in tech that are really affecting, women in tech today, or just women in general? Yeah.
Yeah. So some of it is institutionalized challenges, and some of it is non-institutionalized challenges. And by institutionalized challenges, I mean things that are so ingrained in the systems that we've created and that are patriarchal from the get-go, and that intrinsically impede the progress of women into areas such as science and technology, which are the more higher earning areas. And for me, one of the challenges I had was that I was actually part of a leaky pipeline of women. So what that means is that I was part of that cohort where, I had top grades in calculus. I was already gaming at a young age. I was already coding. I taught myself to code as a child, and created websites. I didn't think any of those things were a big deal, but yet I never thought that I belonged in engineering, in computer engineering or computer science. I didn't think that. And for me, it should have been a natural next step, but it was never presented to me as a natural next step. It wasn't. It was something that I had already dismissed in my mind before it even became a viable option. And that's institutionalized challenges, where it's, why is it that more men feel that they don't have those challenges, that they can go into those areas? And one of the reasons for me, if I look back, is there weren't any role models. Like when I thought about engineering or computer science, I thought of, like honestly, I remember thinking about it when I was choosing my courses for university, and I thought of, like, for engineering, I thought of guys in hard hats, and I thought, okay, I don't belong there. And I thought about, guys in hoodies in front of a computer all day. And I thought, well, I don't really know where that can get me. So I thought, well, I want to kind of change the world. I want to make an impact. And I don't see either of those things making an impact. Even though they do, I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. Even though I was already playing in those fields, I should have already known. I didn't know because it wasn't something that I imagined myself to do. I didn't see other people that looked like me doing it. So I thought, I can't do it. And then obviously there are non-institutionalized challenges. And this is not just tech, this surpasses tech. This is when, this has happened to me, where, I would be sitting in a room and I'd be the person in charge, and there's no eye contact made with me. There's eye contact made with male colleagues sitting in the room who, whom I would be their superior, but not with me. There were a couple instances where someone had walked into a room and I'm leading a team, and they would look to the man in the room, and they would ask him questions that would pertain to someone who would be leading, and then that person would then turn to me and say, no, she's the one who's leading, it's not me. Where assumptions are made that you're not the person in charge, you're not the person with the knowledge, you're not the person with the expertise, that you're automatically dismissed in someone's mind typically it's because of subconscious or implicit biases that we still hold. And that's still quite prevalent, and it's something that we need who work hard, and platforms such as yours are very instrumental in helping to dismiss some of those subconscious biases. But even just putting someone like me out there on your platform, it helps doing that, because I am a woman in tech, I'm a female entrepreneur, and I'm a leader. And this is what that looks like.
Yes, that is so true. I think you bring a very interesting point when you say this really surpasses not just women in tech, but just in general, just women of different ethnicities, women of different backgrounds. There's just not that many role models out there. And so what do you feel like women can do to really help inspire each other and empower each other, to know that there are other opportunities?
Well, one thing that we are greatly afflicted by, and this is as the general women community around the world, is that we have the tokenism mentality. We have this mentality where we need to fight each other because we see that there's only one seat at the top for a woman. Mm-hmm. And this might not be something that's very consciously known to a woman. It may be at a very subconscious level. But we intrinsically know that there is typically sometimes zero, but one seat at the very top. So we compete, and that mindset doesn't get us anywhere, because all that does is we're like crabs in a little box where we're just constantly pulling each other down, and then nobody gets out. Mm-hmm. Nobody rises to the top. And while we're fighting and competing with each other, the system becomes more patriarchal. The system that wasn't designed by us for us continues and evolves without our voice and our say in it. And I think one thing that we can definitely do is be conscious that we have that mentality ingrained in us, because we are talking about thousands and thousands of years where we were suppressed, where we didn't have a voice. That wasn't that long ago when we got the right to vote in the Western world. And in many parts of the world, that doesn't even exist, where we were able to work. And all of that was actually because of World War I and World War II. It was by accident. It wasn't by design. So I think we need to be conscious that that mentality is ingrained in us, so that we can recognize it when we are thinking like that, and we can go, I'm not going to do that, because we don't need to compete with each other. If we collaborate and we see this as a win-win scenario, hey, if I get to the top, I'm going to create 10 more seats. I'm going to clear the row. And if she gets ahead of me, then she's going to clear the row. And if we think like that, and if our mentality and in terms of how we see the world, in terms of how we see these opportunities changes, then I think we can be way better off.
Yes, definitely. I think women definitely need to work more together. It's just interesting how things are set up. It kind of, like you said, like forces us to compete. And in turn, it doesn't help, the whole cause. But from that, do you think that there's things that men can do to help support women more in this regard at all?
Yeah, of course. And I think there are a lot of men and male allies who've done quite a lot. This is not a gender thing, right? There are a lot of men out there who are like voicing, who are putting their name to this campaign, and who are part and active in making changes and trying to move the dial. One thing, and this is very small, right? I think we need to start small so that everyone can play a part, is that don't be defensive. If someone comes up to you, a woman, and she says, or anyone for that matter, and says, hey, this is how this made me feel, our first reaction is to get really defensive and think, hey, I'm not sexist, I'm not racist, I'm not a homophobe, and just take a step back, don't get defensive, and listen to the other person, because we all have subconscious biases that leads us to act out in micro inequities and microaggressions towards other people. I do, you do, everybody does. And until someone comes up and tells us, hey, this is a problem for me, you did this or you said this, we're not really aware of it. So don't be defensive, take a step back if someone comes up to you, and try to assess these situations in the room, not as if you already know what is best for the women or what is best for the minorities in the room, but ask them, talk to them.
Yeah.
It's not up for you to decide. And this is for everyone, because again, these gender issues are not polarized in a male versus female dichotomy, but because they intersect other lines such as race, ethnicity, language, disability, sexuality, like so many other areas, and it's more complex than that. And not all women are equal to start off with either. So there isn't even equality within the women community, and that makes it intrinsically even harder to understand what are the issues of women, because they're all a little bit different.
Right. There's so many levels to the complexity of the challenges of just being any type of minority, regardless of gender, in the workplace or just in the world, to be honest with you. But we have a few more minutes. So I wanted to ask for you, where do you really see, women in tech industry going? And what is your message for girls that might be interested but don't really feel empowered to pursue it?
Yeah, so first thing is, where do I see the women in tech industry going? Is I see it going to a place where it will no longer exist at some point.
Wow.
Like where we don't need a woman in tech, where we don't need a girls in tech Dublin. Because if you think about it, there is no boys in tech Dublin. There is no boys in tech global. It doesn't need to exist. So I see it going to a place where it has an endpoint. That's where I see it. And in terms of what other women or girls can do if they're interested in technology, is I think the best thing to do is don't try to perfect it, because it will, like anything where you come across something you're interested in, it can seem like you're climbing a huge mountain if you're trying to just know everything the next day. I'd say start small and start by going to events and meeting other people, talking to other people, validating and verifying what you think you know about that industry to try to navigate it. A lot of it is just being around the right people and finding good people who can give you information, who can give you knowledge, who can give you access, who can give you support, so that you can break into an industry that is a little bit tough. And I think, but to be honest with you, I think they're all tough. Like, I don't know which one isn't. I don't know. Like, the only industry I know of, and anyone out there can correct me if I'm wrong, where women have not to say an easier chance, but a greater foothold and get paid a lot more than men, is the porn industry. So all the other industries are equally just as tough as technology.
Yes, definitely. But you bring up a good point that, the future is we won't even need to promote things like this, because, it'll be diverse and everyone will feel empowered to. I think that's a really great point. But yeah, so Coral, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate your time. I think you brought up a lot of important points about, the challenges of just women in general and other minorities. So thank you again. And I hope to speak to you soon, I guess.
Thanks, me too. Thanks so much for having me.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.